Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learn English with Football World Cup Special, a show in which I talk to my friends and football fans about the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. Stay tuned until the end because that's when I'll be going through some cool English vocabulary from this interview. And today, here with me is Nrup. Hi, Nrup. How are you, man?
Hey Zaniak, I'm really great. Like I'm just living. I'm in a festive mood.
Fantastic.
It's a lovely
Fantastic.
time.
Well, here is the question. Have you been enjoying the football side of the World Cup so far?
Just the footballing side so far. I mean, I'm not really paying attention to anything apart from this because it's a great event. 7 billion people almost watching this event at the same time on TVs on various platforms. Yeah, it's a wonderful time that happens once in 4 years, apart from a leap year.
Okay, fantastic. What have what have been your best or funniest or most controversial moments so far? I think they have been in abundance, in my opinion. I haven't seen
Yeah.
personally all the matches, but I've seen a lot of highlights, memes, and jokes and stuff like that. So, what have been the most memorable moments for you?
Well, honestly, like I think the matches that I have seen so far, I think I watched so many matches. I'm not even I forgot what all matches I've watched.
Yeah,
And yeah, all of them have been really memorable. Something has always happened. Of course, from a footballing perspective, great teams have won, huge upsets, huge massive teams getting knocked out because of external
yeah,
factors. So yeah, like I think my best moment would probably be Argentina getting qualified for the knockout stages because I'm supporting them for this World Cup, and yeah, it just meant a lot for me considering the upset that they had,
yeah.
and yeah, that was the most shocking moment for me in this World Cup, the game between Argentina versus Saudi Arabia.
That's right.
And regarding funniest moment, man, I don't remember.
Did you see how Lukaku smashed the dugout?
I saw the video. Yeah, yeah, I did. I didn't watch the game, but yeah, those were some really frustrating moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Also
must say
quite
that
funny, I would say.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Regarding most controversial ones, I would say some of the VAR decisions, especially the one yesterday, where Uruguay clearly deserved a penalty for me, and that would have
Yep.
costed them an advancement towards the knockout stages. And I think that was a really, really probably the most expensive VR decision in the history of international football
Yeah.
because yeah, I think that would have changed the whole game.
Do you think which moment do you think? Because I believe there were actually two possible penalty shoutouts, and
Really,
of
okay,
course, we are looking at the one at the end, at the very end, because that would have put them through. But there
no,
was another one. There was
for me
another
it
one
was the
before that.
one for me it was the one in the first half
Yeah.
where there was a foul on Darwin Nunes,
Yeah.
and it was clear for me, like the opposition goalkeeper made a foul and
Yeah.
didn't touch the ball, and it was a penalty for me, but it wasn't given
Yeah.
even after
Also,
VAR.
considering Ghana had a penalty, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a penalty, although it was a soft one. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a penalty.
Well, in the light of that, in the light of a soft penalty, why wouldn't you award a penalty for the other team, especially if they have like
Yeah,
three, or two or three shouts like that? It was mind-boggling for me. Like the
yeah.
only way I can explain this is that the referee was under immense amount of pressure because
Probably.
that's
And
probably what it
also,
was. But
also after the decision, the Ghanaian coach, if that's the right pronoun, if that's the right adjective for Ghana, the Ghanaian coach made this gesture of this, and he meant that Darwin Nunes probably dived, and I don't think so. Like,
mm,
if he dived, then he probably would have got yellow card for simulation.
yeah, well, you would think that they would take it further, like they would take the VAR further because it's in Qatar. Like they have a lot of money, technology. They obviously they wanted to do everything they could to show off, right? That to show the world that they can do it and they can do it better. So you could see some little hints of improvement and things being done a little bit differently. They have announced this semi-automatic offside or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
but
It has
really,
been great. I think it
yeah,
has been great. You could see that in the match versus Saudi Arabia, Argentina versus Saudi Arabia, the amount of times where the technology was used, and even in other games. But it's just that the amount of errors have overshadowed the amount of positives.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah,
That's always what happens, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's the same when I receive comments under my videos, Nrup, and I always see the negatives. So that we
mm,
always focus on the negatives because there's such strong emotions involved. If you have one hater and 10 loyal supporters, you are gonna focus on that one hater. And it's the same with the World Cup. If 10 things go right, but they are controversial, nobody will remember them anymore because they were decided in a fair way. But
yeah.
if you have one thing like what happened yesterday in that match, Uruguay Ghana, oh man, it's just they should have gone through. They should have gone through.
I think
It
so.
shouldn't
If
have been South Korea, in my opinion, at all.
Yeah, well, the thing is that again, like I agree with you that Uruguay should have gone through, but then what are the odds of them getting the penalty as well? Like Ghana also got the penalty; it was saved, and it was a crucial one because you know that penalty that Ghana got awarded meant a lot for the Ghanaians and the players, and you know they
Mm.
couldn't get it through. So Uruguay could have missed that one, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but
the
they
odds are very less.
well, it's a penalty, so it's like the
It is,
best
it is,
best
yeah.
chance in football you can get, right? So
Arguably, yes.
yeah, what can I say? It's a real shame, and seeing Luis Suarez cry, that was quite painful actually, because you knew it was his last World Cup.
Not only Suarez, many players, I would say.
Yeah,
Cavani and you
yeah.
have Valverde. Yeah, there
Some
are
people
some.
would say he deserved it for what he had done couple of World Cups before when he caught the ball, and it was, remember that moment when he caught the ball, it
Yeah,
was a
I know.
penalty, but it was a safe penalty. Actually, it was in the match against Ghana as well.
It was. It was. The
So
history repeated,
ironic,
but
isn't it? Yeah,
it wasn't. It was. Yeah, but the thing is that I just don't get the hate that Suarez gets for that thing because I think anyone would have done that. It's the matter for his nation. He kept his nation on the line than
yeah,
the loss of football, and that just
yeah.
shows how much of a moment was that. And I think he
Yeah,
should be
it was.
he should his his intention should be praised and not his actions. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it was a moment of genius. I do,
yeah,
and it's within the rules of the game. Like what Maradona did, that's different for me. Like
exactly. Because
that's
what
different.
Suarez did, he was awarded red card and he was awarded penalty. Ghana, they couldn't convert it into a goal. That's their fault. That's not Suarez's fault.
Exactly.
Suarez missed the next game, and
Yeah.
Uruguay were eventually kicked out. But
Yep.
yeah, they deserved it.
I agree. It was all fair. It's just a lot of people would say that now he got what he deserved, but I don't agree with
Yeah,
that.
it's just
Anyway,
toxic.
the biggest surprise is for you, so I think we can mention Japan qualifying,
Japan, Japan
qualifying at the
qualifying,
expense of Germany, right?
Germany, yeah, and then South Korea qualifying
Yep.
would be another one. And then who else?
Belgium,
Australia,
Australia, yeah, making it through,
another,
and
yeah.
Belgium getting knocked out. Yeah.
Belgium. Well, I was actually not surprised by Belgium looking at how their performances were and looking at their dressing room
Age,
state
and the
after
age
De
profile.
Bruyne's comments. Exactly. So I wasn't surprised by that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was surprised by Uruguay's knockout.
Yeah.
They deserved it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Nope. Which teams are going to win their last 16 matches? And what we can do here, Noop, is to have a look at these matches. So here we go. So we've got Netherlands, USA.
yeah. I think it's gonna be a close game. I feel like it might go down to penalties, considering USA is probably having their best squad in a long time, and Netherlands they haven't been good with the attack. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think Netherlands will qualify,
Okay.
and yeah,
Argentina, Australia.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a straight Argentina win.
Hmm. So that's today. It's possible that by the time you are watching this video, these matches have already been played. But
Yeah,
now we have on Monday. So we have got Japan, Croatia.
yeah, I think that's gonna be the end for Japanese reign. I think
Mm,
Croatia will get their time because they just have a better squad when it comes to players, and
yeah.
since they have a better squad, they can always evolve. Whereas Japan, they have reached their peak,
Hmm.
and yeah, between Brazil and South Korea, I think
Yeah.
it's going to be Brazil, even
The,
if they play
yeah.
without Neymar.
I agree that I think yeah, we don't need to talk about that. I think this is obvious, the
Hmm.
obvious one. France, Poland, another obvious one for me.
Yeah, it's going to be France, considering how Poland have been playing.
Yeah. I think they're lucky to even get there.
But yeah, but I think it's going to be a close game as well, since France, I mean, they have had so many injuries in their midfield and some of the attack
Yeah.
that it could go either ways.
Yeah, that's right. And then we have England, Senegal, which looks easy on paper, but I'm not so
Yeah,
sure about this one actually.
same here. Considering it's England, which means you would never bet on England, no matter if the opposition team is stronger than them or weaker than
Mhm.
them. And
But Senegal, I think they are a good team. That's why I'm not sure
they are
about
a good
this,
team, but I think
even
it's
without
going to be
Mane.
a close game. I would like an upset, but I think England is going to get through that.
Yeah, but you know what? It could go into overtime or
It
even
could, yeah, penalties. I think it
penalties.
could go to penalties, considering how England's management is.
Yeah, and then we have Morocco, Spain.
Yeah, I think Spain is going to get through.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
probably.
close game, though. It's going to be a close game,
Yeah,
considering Morocco, they qualified, and they have a colonial history between them. So it's going to be a
exactly.
nice game of football.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. It will be full of excitement. And then Portugal, Switzerland, and that one
Yeah,
is for me another one I'm not sure about.
I think Portugal is going to get through, but it's going to be another close game. I think
Yeah,
probably lots of goals going to be scored because
really.
Switzerland are arguably the biggest dark horses
Yeah. Well,
after the yesterday's game.
it looks
Yes,
like it now. It
yeah,
looks like it,
because
doesn't it? Yeah.
yeah, yesterday's game was between the dark horses, Switzerland and Serbia, and
Yeah.
you could see it was 5 goals scored between them,
Yeah.
and the game was quite intense. Lots of
Yeah.
yellow cards and extra time. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's going to be a close game.
I agree. I agree. Well, we have some stuff to look forward to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Who would you say will become the future finalists, Nrup?
I think it's going to be between Argentina and France, with Argentina winning because I support them, and I think you shouldn't judge them based on that loss versus Saudi Arabia. They have been winning 37 games in a row,
Hmm.
37 wins,
Yeah.
and I
But
think that 2 cups they defeated Italy, the winner of the Euro to 2020, and yeah, I think
and
it means
no,
something.
and no Brazil then. No Brazil in the final.
I don't think so. You could see from yesterday's game, even after playing with their B team, Brazil couldn't score a single goal. And you
Yeah.
have to realize the previous game, Brazil played against Switzerland,
Hmm.
and they played with their A team, except Neymar, and they could only score 1 goal. So Brazil, they create lots of chances, but they lack the clinical ability.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I would still say Brazil will make it to the final, but that's my opinion. We will see. We will see in a
Yeah,
few days. Thank you
yeah.
very much, Noop, for
Cheers, man.
being today's guest. And now, everybody, what's going to happen is that I will go through some interesting vocabulary in the language corner. Take care, Noop.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
All right, everyone, this is the part of the show where I go through interesting vocabulary, and I don't have so much time today, so I'm rushing a little bit. I'm in a hurry. I only have 3 items of vocabulary for you. I hope that's okay. Let's get on with it. So, in the first one, we were talking about the penalty decisions, the controversies in the Uruguay Ghana match. And I said that those decisions were mind boggling. So, if something is mind boggling, it's kind of emotionally difficult for you to handle. It's kind of overwhelming, it's shocking, difficult to understand, surprising. It could be exciting as well, but in this case, it's more like emotionally difficult to understand. Yeah. Mind boggling, another of those complex adjectives. Very nice. Would you describe another decision or any other controversy that happened in this World Cup as mind-boggling? Let me know in the comments. Right. Then we were talking about the biggest surprises, and without a shadow of the doubt, it was the Japan qualifying from their group. That was the biggest surprise. And I said that they qualified at the expense of Germany. So we're looking at the phrase at the expense of someone, which means that it's done in a way that harms, in this case, Germany. So at the expense of someone means um, in a way that harms someone or embarrasses someone. So in this case, Germany were embarrassed. They were harmed by this because they had to pack their bags and fly home, right? So it was embarrassing. It was harmful to them. And they were the ones who paid for it. So at the expense of means that the person that comes after that phrase has to pay for that. The person that comes after this phrase is the one that is embarrassed. In this case, is the whole team, the whole nation. Okay, right. Then we were talking about the France-Poland match, and Nrup made his prediction. He said it's going to be a close game. So a close game, close, not close when you close the door. Close as an adjective. If something is close, it's not far, right? But in this case, it's used when two oppositions have a similar score line, right? So if it's like 1-0, 2-1, it's a close game. It might even go into overtime or penalties. It's a close game. Another word for this would be tight, a tight game. So it's hard to say who's going to win. It's hard to predict. It's going to be a close game. Right. Which of these last 16 matches do you think are going to be close games? Let me know in the comments. And thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a like. It does help the channel. And yeah, that's it. That's all from me. Take care, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.